Hi, good morning. I hope you're having a good day so far today. For me, I'm not really planning on doing anything today, which is very nice because I, for some reason, am extremely tired. I'm usually like not in the morning, but today I feel like I could honestly just spend the entire day sleeping. So yeah, I'm actually kind of grateful that I don't have anything that I am getting up to today because of the weather outside. So yeah, I'm probably honestly just gonna be knitting all day and really just kind of resting. I usually take Sundays as a rest day, but I kind of feel like I need it today. Who knows? I might wake up and be full of energy later on today. But as for this morning, yeah, I don't know. I'm just very tired. But right now, I still wanted to say good morning, and I hope you're having a good day so far today, and I will see you in a second. Okay, I am more awake now, and I just saw that there are two little tomatoes ready to be harvested, actually, which is very exciting. And also, I think I'm going to not repot, soil, I guess, is the best word, my, bird of paradise plant because I think her container is actually a good size. She just needs fresh soil because her roots are pushing it out of the container, and there's like a big open space in her container. I'll show you. That there is no soil in, so I think I can keep her in the same size just with some fresh soil. But also, yay, we have two more tomatoes. And this is my little orange tree, by the way, if you're wondering. They're still doing really well. Okay, I already have a mat down. I'm also gonna try and catch as much of the soil as I possibly can and just put it directly into this bag. This is gonna make a mess. I moved her over. You're currently sitting where she normally is. I'm also kind of realizing that I don't want to change the soil because there is a little spider that used to live on Debbie in there. So I'll keep like the top layer of soil. I know that's silly, but I will keep some of the soil because the little spider is in there. It's not around anymore. I actually have a little gravestone in Debbie to, show where the little spider is, so I know exactly where it is. So I'll keep that soil and I'll just keep that off to the side. So let me get a tiny container so that I can keep some, because yeah, I would be obviously very upset. Dang it. That little spider I very much enjoyed, so I'm sad that it's not around anymore. Sorry. This shelf has so much dirt. That's already making a mess. Okay. I'm gonna show you her before I take the soil out so that way you can kind of see, and hopefully I won't make too much of a mess. But you see how the soil is being pushed out of the container? That's why I need to give her some fresh soil, and also this is the little gravestone that's in there to decorate, and I also have a little spider on this container, so that's why I do not want to need to put her in a new container, but she does need her soil freshened up. I got some of the soil saved, so now I'm good, and now we just have to try and not make a mess of things the best as possible. I want to do this today as well because tomorrow is plant food day for all my plants, so I want her to be able to get food on the proper day. I'm just gonna try and put the container upside down, and I have her in a bag, so hopefully the bag will catch the soil and I can just pour it out. Sorry, sweetie. This is working well. Just took a minute. Man, those are some healthy roots though, which is extremely exciting. Those are some roots. They're so strange looking. I will show you them in a second here. They do look very strange, so if you do not like seeing roots, definitely look away right now. I know I just said it, but for me it has been 20 minutes. If you don't want to see the plant roots, I will say this once again, look away. I'm gonna show them right now, okay? But they look kind of like a sea creature, which is super interesting. It's really cool, honestly. They're just like, they're so thick and healthy. I never would have thought that they would have looked like this, but yeah, that's a really cool root system. And I am so glad that I did this. Actually, she had quite a bit of root rot, which is not the best, and I think that's from when she was feeling bad. So yeah, I was able to remove all of that. Man, she barely fits into this container. How was she in here before? Okay, like that. And yeah, I'm not gonna completely fill her with soil this time because, oh, by the way, you can look again, the roots are not in the screen, but I'm not going to completely fill her with soil because her roots do take up most of the container and I am right behind one of her leaves. I'm not going to fill up completely with soil so that way it won't push out the top of the container. And I am very glad that I had this bag because it was able to contain most of the mess, and I'm not going to keep that soil. It is still mostly okay-ish feeling. Because of the rotted roots, I don't want to use that again, and I still did make a mess, but not too much, so we're pretty okay. But now we need to refill her with some soil. I just made this the other day too, so it's nice and fresh. She definitely will be needing a bigger container sooner rather than later. I think, unfortunately, I don't want her to be in another one because of her past, but she's gonna have to be. Also, this one fits in the windowsill beautifully, so I also don't want to get a new container because of that. But again, she is outgrowing this one very quickly. And I don't think I have said this today, but it is a blend of coconut coir and just basic plant sand for like cactuses. I use this mix for every single one of my plants except for the ones outside, just because it works well for literally everyone I have found with how I take care of my plants anyway. She is not centered in this container, by the way. That was not possible because of how her roots are situated, but she is in her new home now, and she is kind of very tall, so it's hard to hold her up without hitting anything. Yeah, Debbie has fresh soil now and no more rotted roots in her container, so I think she should be happy now. She is a huge plant. But yeah, I'm gonna get things cleaned up now. I made a mess. Hopefully my little vacuum is charged. Not as messy as sometimes that I have done this though, so I am grateful for that, but it was still, you know, still made a mess. Everything is all cleaned and I feel like knitting right now. I have actually gotten quite a bit done already. You are not level at all. Hang on one second. I know it doesn't really make that big of a difference, but it bothers me. So hopefully that's better. But yeah, I have actually gotten a little bit of knitting done today. Not as much as I was hoping to, but it's more than I did yesterday. Debbie seems to be really liking her new container. It's been a few hours now and she doesn't seem like she's showing any signs of stress yet. She probably will later on, I would imagine, because she had a lot of work done. I still cannot believe how big those roots are though. I definitely need to look for a new container for her. I actually don't have any containers that are bigger than the one that she is in, so I'll have to find something that would work. I don't know. Maybe my protein bottle. Whenever I run out of that, I will test the size. It's pretty much gone, so it should be soon when I run out of it, so that might work. I just don't know if it's wide enough because I like using containers that were previously used for other things for my indoor plants, and also they're usually clear so I can actually see the water level and how the soil and roots are doing through them. But I don't know if that would work. It would be exciting if it would, and if the label would come off cleanly, because if it's a mess then that definitely would not be good. That usually decides it for me. If the label comes off cleanly, I will usually keep the container and try to use it for my plants, but if the label doesn't come off, I don't. So yay, maybe I might actually have something. But anyway, besides getting the little one not repotted, resoiled, I think is what I said earlier. I'm not entirely sure, but it's some fresh soil. What else have I gotten up to today? Nothing much. It's been a pretty calm day. My pumpkin plant in the garden is still doing very, very well. The pumpkin once again has like actually noticeably grown. I can't believe how fast that little pumpkin is growing. I will show you that little guy probably tomorrow, but maybe Monday. I need to do a full plant update because I don't think I did last week at all. But yeah, the garden is still doing really well. I have not given them any water yet because I'm really hoping that, obviously it's cloudy right now, that it's gonna start raining later on today. So I don't need to give them water because I am very hopeful that it will rain. I don't know if it will or not. It's currently just windy. And I also have maple tree in the center of all of the buckets and my other plants that are in the garden. And so far they still have not fallen over, so it's definitely supporting the little one. And again, maple tree being in the center and providing shade is doing a great job for that pumpkin plant. It's extremely helpful, I think. And same with like the pumpkin plant, because they have so many flowers, it's bringing a lot of wasps and other bugs that eat the other bugs on plants that I do not want on the garden. I don't even need to like use any bug spray anymore because nature is, you know, taking care of it for me. It's really quite amazing, and like I did not expect it to be this what's the right word? Beneficial, I think. I don't think that's right, but that's somewhat right. So hopefully you know what I'm trying to say, but I think that's the right word. But one of the squares that, because I have knit a couple of them today, one of the squares that I knit today is very exciting, and it, I can just tell you now because I'm gonna tell you in a minute anyway. I knit the last of the white squares for this blanket, and it turned out actually very cute. It's definitely extremely noticeable that it is different yarn, unfortunately. I thought that it would blend a little bit better. I used some of the white yarn from the giant ball of yarn that I rolled, or finished rolling I should say, yesterday. I'm still very, like, this is very satisfying to me, like it's huge, but I used some of the yarn from that, which I'm going to be using on the other blanket that I'm going to be making. And all of this yarn is technically the same stuff. It's Baby Bee Sweet Delight, not sponsored in any way, shape, or form. I don't know if I have to say that, but I figure that I should. But that's the type of yarn that this is, and all of it is exactly the same except for the colors being different. But the white yarn actually isn't that messy. Like this purple yarn, it's very messy, not as much as the pink yarn that I have for this blanket, this stuff, but it's very nice knowing that the white yarn isn't gonna have as much of the yarn like floating around as I'm using it. But I think that this is the last row for right now. I'll probably finish this square later on today. Oh, and by the way, I still have energy. I don't know why I didn't this morning. It was very annoying, but I'm like wide awake now. But because of that, I did not take today as a rest day. It'll still be tomorrow. But anyway, how many rows did I have on here before I got started chatting? 3 or 4, I think. I'm not entirely sure, but right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 rows on the knitting needle. And we also have, hang on a second, there we go, another purple square and the last white knit square. And I wanted to show you because I think it's funny. Oh, actually it does blend better than I thought that it did. It's 5 rows exactly of the yarn that is the like normal pattern, like with the little dots of color in it. It's 5 rows of that, and the rest of it is the new white stuff, just again, I have to, from this giant ball of yarn. The rest of it is that yarn, and it's so soft, and it didn't make that much of a mess when I was knitting with it. It is amazing, so I'm really looking forward to getting to knit with that. But it is noticeable because this yarn with the color on it is a little bit thicker, even though it's not thicker, if that makes sense. It's I don't know how to describe it, but that's the main reason why I can notice, is because it feels thicker than the rest of the white stuff. But this is the 20th square, so we are now done with all of the white squares for this blanket. And hang on, can I pick this up with one hand? Yes, I can. Okay, got it. All of the pink squares are also done, so we are officially, just with these 2 colors, halfway done with this blanket. And we have, I don't know how many we have of the purple and the blue squares currently. We have 4 purple and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the blue. So we're doing pretty good with these 2. We're almost done. Hang on, we actually have 5 squares of the purple. I did not realize that I did not put that on the pile yet. But anyway, I am very much enjoying getting to knit this blanket, and for a pattern and for good reason. And it is getting very dark and stormy now all of a sudden outside. It might start raining here shortly, which I am very hopeful for. But yeah, I have been loving getting to make this blanket. It's been so much fun. Obviously, that's why I've been knitting so much in a day. It's just I've been really enjoying getting to knit with an actual like reason and a time frame that I need to get it done by. It's been a fun little challenge, and for who I'm making it for, it's just I'm very much enjoying getting to do this. I think that's gonna do it for the video today, so I hope you enjoyed it, and way more importantly, I hope you have a good day today no matter what you're doing. If it's a lot or a little, it doesn't matter. I just hope you have a good day. And for me tomorrow, it's rest day like I said, so I don't think I'm gonna be getting up to that much, but I do know that it is also plant food week, so I will most likely get them fed tomorrow and taken care of, and just make sure they're all doing okay. I know that this little pothos, I don't know what I'm gonna be able to do here. It's not doing too good, but I'm gonna see if I can put it in a smaller container and try and save it. Same with my duckfoot plant that I just tried propagating. I don't think it actually is going to make it, so I do have some kind of not that great plant care that I need to do, but I'm looking forward to getting to feed everybody and make sure that they're doing okay. But anyway, that's probably the main thing that I'm gonna do for tomorrow's video, but you never know with me, so we will figure it out tomorrow. Today though, again, just thank you so much for being here, and I will see you tomorrow with the next video. Bye! I'll see you later!